20 Accomplishments in 2020 from Accountability for Dearborn. Accountability for Dearborn was formed. In June 2020, we found each other and created a network for anti-racist advocacy in Dearborn. We created a platform to empower members of Dearborn's communities to engage with their city government, many for the first time ever. We also sustained pressure for change with elected officials. We maintained a vocal presence at all city council meetings, pressured city council members to remain visible during council meetings, hosted several one-on-one meetings with Dearborn City Council members, and met with state legislative officials. We compelled the city to release 10 years of police department data on calls to service, citations, and arrests. These datasets were vital in demonstrating trends of discriminatory policing. We made these data accessible, empowering Dearborn's communities to understand their significance. We hosted 2 live data town halls in collaboration with 3 community organizations, attended by 200 community members and decision makers. Our work compelled the police department to attempt to be more transparent. Dearborn Police Department launched a transparency website. Dearborn Police Department also hosted a press conference discussing the data released. Our research changed what Dearborn's communities learn about policing and racism. We published multiple articles across the region. Regional publications interviewed A4D as an example of grassroots movement building. We published educational social media posts, gaining over 3,700 followers across 4 platforms. We had multiple educational posts trend across social media platforms. We hosted 17 webinar workshops to prepare Dearborn's communities to speak out against racism. Our work inspired conversations about race and policing across the region and the nation. We connected with regional partners to discuss how our model of engagement and activism can be replicated in other communities. We disseminated resources to empower activists to obtain and use data to support anti-racist policymaking in their communities. And the work continues. We're still developing an accessible digital record of all data collected and knowledge generated, reinforcing transparency and addressing whitewashed historical record. We created a community to discuss and work on fixing issues of anti-Black racism through culture and policy change here in Dearborn. And that's 20 Accomplishments for 2020 with Accountability for Dearborn.